in the fall of 1990. You're going to love it on your station, and it's going to do a job for you. So sit back there with your King World representative and enjoy this, our next franchise. Or if you don't even want to look at it and just take my word for it, just turn to your King World representative and say, oh, I trust you in King World. Let's put it on the air. Our thanks to Parker Brothers, too, for giving us the right to do Monopoly. Merv Griffin signing off.
M-O-N-O-P-O-L-Y.
It's Monopoly, the most famous game in the world. And now, television's brightest new game show with these very smart contestants. Rich Uncle Benny Bang and our handsome host, Peter Tomarken.
Thank you. Hello and welcome to Monopoly, the game where players can make a fortune by becoming landlords. And let's say hello to our returning champion, Michael, who has a three-day total of $22,570. Welcome back, Michael. Thank you, Peter. All right, now, trying to unseat our champ are two new players, Jennifer and Richard. Welcome to Monopoly. Now, let's get to it, because it's time to acquire Monopolies. We'll give you crossword-type clues. The first player to give 2 correct answers will acquire that Monopoly. Good luck to all 3 of you as we cover the board and we begin our game. The first hidden Monopoly up for grabs is represented by the letter F. All answers here will begin with F. Here is your first clue. Cable car. Richard.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have
to be sorry. How about Jennifer?
Funicular.
Funicular is right, and you've got 1. You're out for this Monopoly, Richard, because you were wrong. And now it's Michael and Jennifer. Here is the next clue. Wabbit hunter. Michael.
Fudd.
Fudd is right. 1 apiece, Michael and Jennifer. Here is the clue that should give one of you a Monopoly. Dr. Penicillin. Jennifer.
Fleming.
You got it, and you have a Monopoly. Let's find out which one you earned. You have the Orange Properties, New York, Tennessee Avenue, and St. James Place. $560 is their value. We'll put that in your bank account, and you now have that amount. And now let's move on to the next Monopoly. The correct answer starts with the letter B. Here is your first clue. Kosher crepe. Jennifer.
Bagel.
All right, no, Richard or Michael. Michael.
Blintz.
Blintz. Oh, bagel is a grape. Okay, you got it. Jennifer, you're out on this one. It's Michael and Richard. 1 for you, Michael. Here's your next clue. Brothers Gibb. Michael.
The Bee Gees.
Oh, Michael, you got it right. You have 2, and you have the Monopoly. Let's find out which one. Your yellow properties. You have Marvin Gardens, Ventnor, and Atlantic Avenue. They now belong to you. They're worth $800. We'll put that in your bank account. And now let's go on to the next Monopoly. The correct answer begins with the letters O, and here is your first clue. Nicaraguan president. Jennifer.
Ortega.
Ortega's right. That's 1 for you, Jennifer. And here's the next clue. Oil cartel. Michael.
OPEC.
OPEC is correct. That's 1 for you as well. Next clue coming up. Sesame grouch. Richard.
Oscar.
Yeah, each of you have 1 correct. The next correct answer will get someone a Monopoly. Here's the clue. Bush's office. Michael.
Oval.
You got it. You have the next Monopoly. Let's see which one it is. You have the purple properties, Baltic and Mediterranean Avenue, $120. Brings you up to $920. And let's go to the next Monopoly. The correct answers begin with the letter H. And here is your first clue. Tokyo Island. Richard.
Honshu.
Honshu is correct for 1. And let's go to the next clue. Release Me singer. Michael.
Humperdinck.
Humperdinck is correct. You have the correct answer. Let's go to the next clue. Computer virus giver. Michael.
Hacker.
You got it. You have a Monopoly. Let's find out which one you've earned. You have the red properties, Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky Avenues, worth $680. You're getting up into those 4 figures, $1,600, Michael. And now let's go on to the next Monopoly. The correct answer begins with the letter C. Here's your first clue, gang. Circus organ. Jennifer.
Calliope.
That's correct for 1. Let's go to the next clue. Calypso skipper. Michael.
Cousteau.
Jacques Cousteau is correct, Michael. And you each have 1. We will now go to the next clue. Cafe. Richard.
China.
You got one. All right, each of you have one. Once again, the next correct answer will get a Monopoly. Gem weight. Richard.
Carrot.
Yeah, all right, Richard. Let's see what Monopoly is. You have the Magenta properties, Virginia States Avenue and St. Charles Place, and those are worth $440, so you have them in your bank. Well done, and now let's go to the next Monopoly. The correct answer begins with the letter A, and here is your first clue. Riverdale Redhead. Jennifer.
Archie.
Archie is correct for one. Jennifer, here's the next clue. Don't cry for me. Richard?
Argentina.
Yes, you cry for me, Argentina. And here is the next clue. Grant Wood Classic. Richard?
American Gothic.
Yeah, Richard's coming out of the bushes, and you got another Monopoly. Let's find out which one. Oh, the two biggies, Park Place and Boardwalk. Nice going, Richard. They're worth $750. And that brings you up to $1,190, second place. Well done. There are two Monopolies left. The next set of answers begin with the letter U. And here is your clue, gang. Russian mountains. Richard.
Urals.
You're correct for one. Next clue. Elliot Ness Force. Michael.
Untouchables.
Indeed. And you each have a check, Michael and Richard. And here is the next clue. Perfect place. Richard.
Utopia.
Yeah, you're in it right now, Richard. Well done. Let's see which one of the two you acquired. The light blue properties. Connecticut, Fremont, and Oriental Avenues. $320. Add those to your total, you're at $1,510. Only $90 shy of Michael. Second place. There's one Monopoly left. It is, of course, the green properties. Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Pacific Avenues. And the answer to the clue begins with the letter R. Here's your first one. Marley's Music. Jennifer.
Reggae.
Reggae is correct. Next clue. Hammerstein's partner. Richard.
Rogers.
Rogers is correct as well. Here is the next clue. Conundrum. Richard.
Riddle.
Yeah, you got it, Richard. You have the green properties, $920 added to your total, and you just went into the lead with $2,430. Congratulations to you. And Michael's at $1,600, Jennifer at $560. And that finishes the acquisition round. During the break, landlords may use the money they've earned in this round to buy houses and hotels for the properties they've acquired. Houses will cost $50 each, and hotels are $250 each. And we'll be back for that valuable trip around the board where fortunes are made and lost. And that's the way we play Monopoly. Come on. Welcome back to Monopoly, and this is the big money round where fortunes are made and lost. Now, during our break, our landlords have spent some of their earnings to improve the properties they have with houses and hotels, and let's take a look. Michael, the red properties, you spent virtually every dime you had, $1,600 on your red properties, putting up hotels and houses. Also, that community chest over by St. James Place, the red one, is yours. Okay. So spending all that money, you're down to $0. Jennifer, you spent $450 on your yellow properties, putting up some lovely houses, as well as the community chest by Pennsylvania Avenue is yours. All right, you are down to $110. Richard spent $2,300 on his green properties, which is, they run all over the board here. And the community chest by Mediterranean Avenue, that's yours. Richard, you spent $2,300. You have a $130 left. Now, you'll all be traveling with my rich Uncle Pennybags. Each time he lands on your property, we'll give you a clue. The answers will begin with a letter attached to that block. And here they are. V, M, K, and S. Answer correctly, and you'll collect the rent. Now, remember, there are always two other players trying for a hostile takeover of your property, so you're on the defensive at all times. Ready? Here come the dice. 5, and we go right to takeover, and that is exactly what it means. It's an opportunity to take over someone's monopoly. A correct answer will give you that opportunity, and the answer begins with the letter K. Here is your clue. Eucalyptus eater. Jennifer.
Koala.
Koala is correct. All right, Jennifer. take a look at the board and tell me what Monopoly you'd like to grab.
I would like to grab the green Monopoly with the Pennsylvania
Okay.
Avenue.
North Carolina and Pacific Avenues. Those are the
Yes.
3 you want. Will you give me 3 correct answers, and those will be yours.
Okay.
And the answers begin with the letter K. Here's your first clue. Lollipop Cop. Jennifer, you didn't have to buzz in, but
Kojak.
go ahead. Kojak
Oh,
is correct.
Kojak.
Okay, here's one. Here's your second one. Kishan's Captain.
Kangaroo.
Right, and you give me one more, you'll have the Monopoly. Here's your
Okay.
clue. Ralph and Alice.
Cramden.
Cramden, you have it, Jennifer. We turn those from green for Richard to yellow, yours. And that $920 is put into your total, Jennifer. You have $1,030. We take $920 away from Richard. And Richard, you owe us $790, but the game's still going on. A lot can happen right here. Let's roll the dice. 4. All right, we moved from Takeover all the way over to Connecticut Avenue because that's where you stayed on Takeover. And it's yours, Richard. And you'll have 5 seconds alone to defend your property, thus collecting rent of...
$240.
All right, Richard, if you can't answer correctly in 5 seconds, your opponents may attempt to take over the Monopoly. The answer begins with the letter K. All right, here is the clue. Islam's sacred book.
Quran.
The Quran is correct, and you have that rent, and that's going to reduce your debt. You're now down to minus $550. Let's roll the dice. 7. Ye old 7 takes us all the way over to St. James Place. That's Jennifer's property with 3 houses on it. Rent is?
$570.
All right, Jennifer, the correct answer begins with the letter S. Here's your clue. Mrs. Robinson Duo.
Simon and Garfunkel.
You got it. Simon and Garfunkel will add that rent, and that brings you up to $1,600. Let's roll the dice. 11. And that takes us all the way over to Ventnor Avenue. That's a red property owned by Michael. Has a hotel on it. Rent?
$1,150.
Oh, and you could use the box, Michael. $1,150. Correct answer begins with letter V. Here's your clue. Word for word.
Verbatim.
Yeah, you got it. Well done. All right, Michael, you got some chips now. $1,150 second place. Roll those dice. 10. And that moves us all the way over to Park Place. That is a property owned by Richard, has a hotel on it, and rent.
$1,500.
All right, they'll take you out of the red. And the correct answer begins with the letter M. Here's your clue. Superman's City.
Metropolis.
Metropolis is right, Richard. And you're back in the positive column at $950. Game's getting closer. Let's roll the dice. 11. And that moves us all the way over to Vermont Avenue, and that's owned by Richard as well. 2 houses, rent?
$220.
$220. All right, the answer begins with the letter K. Hemingway's Snows.
Kilimanjaro.
Kilimanjaro, and you got it. And we've got right now a score with Jennifer in the lead with $1,800, followed by Richard, $1,370. You just got yourself into second place, and Michael with $1,350. But during this break, players may use their money to improve their properties. Stay with us. We'll be back for our third and final round of this exciting match right after these words.
Putting up the Monopoly.
Welcome back to round 3 of Monopoly. Remember, whoever is the winner at the end of this round will get a chance to go for $10,000 in our Once Around the Block bonus. And as you can see, our landlords have been busy building while you were away. And let's take a look. Here's how the board looked before they did their building, and here is how it looks afterwards. Basically, there is a hotel everywhere. Michael, you spent $400, so you're down to $950. And Jennifer, on your properties, you spent $300, so you're down to $1,500. And Richard spent $450. Richard, you're down to $920. Jennifer, right now, you are in the lead, but things can change. Let's roll the dice. 7. There's the big 7, and we land on Takeover. And that means, obviously, someone gets a chance here to take over a Monopoly. If you can answer this clue, it begins with the letter S. The answer, and here is the clue, folks. Famous fiddle maker. Jennifer.
Stradivarius.
Yeah, you get another opportunity. Jennifer, let's take over Monopoly. Which one do you want?
Let's see. I think I'd like the yellow properties.
Yellow properties,
Marvin
those
Gardens
belonging to
and
Michael.
those,
Marvin
yes.
Gardens, Ventnor Avenue, and Atlantic. Since you already took over Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Pacific, give you a nice little corner, wouldn't it? All right, the 3 properties there. I need 3 correct answers. They will all begin with the letter S. Here is your first clue. Petruchio tamed one.
Shrew.
Yes, indeed, for 1. Here's your second clue. Cain's rosebud.
Sled.
That is correct. And 1 more, and you'll have the monopoly. Here's the clue. Roebuck's buddy.
Sears.
Sears is right, and you have it, Jennifer. $800 will change the color from red to yellow. If you're going to take $800 and put it on your bank account, you have $2,300, and we have to deduct $800 from Michael. Since it was yours, Michael, you're down to $150. And now it's time to roll those dice. 6. And that takes us over to Kentucky Avenue. That's Michael's property. Has a hotel, needs the money, the rent.
$1,050.
All right, 1050, and here the answer begins with the letter V. Here's your clue. Hitchcock film.
Vertigo.
You got it. All right, Michael, you're up to 4 figures. Second place, $1,200. Let's roll the dice. 10, and that moves us all the way over to Pacific Avenue, and that's one Jennifer took over, and it has a hotel on it. Rent.
$1,275.
All right, the correct answer begins with the letter M. Jennifer, here's your clue. Mike Connor's eye.
Manic.
Yeah, okay, Jennifer, you're going further in the lead with $3,575. Let's roll those dice. 6, and that takes us over to Park Place, and that's a property owned by Richard. Hotel rent is
$1,500.
All right, you need to be in 4 figures too, Richard. The answer begins with the letter M. Here is your clue. Soldier of fortune.
Mercenary.
Yeah, you turn into a mercenary, Richard. You're up to $2,420, second place, and let's roll the dice. 6, and that moves us over to Baltic Avenue. That's a property owned by Michael, has a hotel, rent
$450.
All right, $450. The correct answer begins with the letter K. Michael, here's your clue. Genuflect.
Neil.
Yes, you don't have to, you've got the money. All right, Michael, you're up to $1,850, and let's roll those dice. 5, and that moves us over to Vermont Avenue. That's a property owned by Richard, has a hotel, rent
$550.
All right, 550. Richard, the answer begins with the letter K. Here's your clue. 38th parallel.
Korea.
Korea is correct. So we'll just add that to your total. 3,170, only about $600 shy of first place. If it's where Jennifer is, let's roll the dice. 10. That takes us all the way over to Tennessee Avenue. That's a property owned by Jennifer. Hotel, rent
$950.
All right, Jennifer, correct answer begins with the letter S. Here's your clue. Florida's Redmond.
I don't know.
Oh, no. Okay, Michael and Richard. Michael.
Seminoles.
Seminoles, correct. You got it. Okay. Chance to take over that monopoly. You had 3 properties on it. You gave me 1 correct answer. I need 2 more, and you can take it over. The correct answer begins with the letter S, and here is your first clue. Chinook and sockeye.
Salmon.
Salmon is correct. All right, 1 more, and you'll have that monopoly. Here is your clue. Bechamel or Bernaise?
Oh, sauce.
Yeah, you got it. Okay. We'll add that $560 to your total. Michael, 2410. We have to take $560 from Jennifer because it was hers, down to $32.15. Jennifer's still in first place, but it's very close. And that's the bell that signals the end of round 3. And you are in the lead, Jennifer. But as you know, it's the player with the highest total assets who wins at Monopoly. So anything can happen as we add the value of your houses and hotels to your scores. And we will start with Michael. And let's see, when we add the value of your improvements, what your total is. $4,410. Right now you're in the lead. Let's go over to Richard. Richard, you have 3170. We're going to add your assets and see what the total is. 5170. Right now you're in the lead. Jennifer, you're going to need about $1,900 plus in order to win this game. If not, it'll be Richard. So let's find out when we add your assets what your total is. 4715. And Richard, you did it with $5,170. Jennifer, I thank you for being with us. You played very well. We have some nice prizes for you. And Richard, come on out here. Congratulations to you. That was great. And we'll be back to see if Richard could add $10,000 to his total in our once around the block bonus after this. Be great. so far today you have won $5,170, and you're now playing for $10,000 more. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Relax, because this game is all luck.
Right.
It's just fun and luck, okay?
Okay.
So enjoy yourself. It's very simple. You just have to go around the board in 5 rolls of the dice. And if you roll doubles, you'll get an extra roll. And, of course, there's only one hitch. You know that we've asked you to place 4 go-to-jail cards around the board. And let's see where you did put them. You put one over there on States Avenue and another there on Kentucky. And, of course, the corner one is always active. And you put another one on Community Chest. And the last one you put on Luxury Tax, all right? You don't want to hit any of those squares, because if you do, it'll be all over. But if you can go all the way around the board to go without hitting go to jail, you'll get the $10,000. Pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Anytime you feel unlucky, you can stop, and I'll give you $50 for every square that you've passed. All right? It's time for Rich Uncle Pennybags to step up to go, and you have 5 rolls, Richard. Let's go. You can start off with a 12, and you'll be in great shape. So hit a big one. Get some doubles here. Doubles. Let's see a doubles. 8. 8 is the roll. We're at Vermont Avenue, and 8, you have yourself $400. Now, what you want to avoid is a 5. Anything else, you'll be okay. A 5. Want to keep going?
Well, it's tempting to stop, but I'm going to keep going.
All right, no 5. Let's get a big doubles here. Let's go. Roll those dice. Let's see what we come up with. 7. Most common roll. 7. All right, you have 3 rolls left. You're on the railroad, Pennsylvania. What you want to avoid now is 6. Anything other than 6, you'll be in fine shape. You have 3 rolls left. You have $750. Gonna keep going?
Yes.
Yeah, what a guy. All right, let's go for a big one here. Let's get some doubles. Big 12. Come on. 8. 8 is the roll. All right, you're on Indiana Avenue. Now, you have left in rolls, you have 2. All right, so you want to get some doubles here. You get 2, and you do not want to hit a 7. You do not want to hit a 10. You have $1,150. What's your pleasure?
Keep going.
All right, no 7, no 10. Number 7 is the most common roll. No 7, no 10. Roll the dice. Doubles. Come on, doubles. Come on. 4 is a double. All right, you get it. It's a free roll. You still have 2 rolls left. You want to avoid a 3 and a 6. You don't want a 3. You don't want a 6. You have $1,350. What are you going to do?
Yes, I'm going to go.
All right, here we go. Big doubles. Let's go. Let's get to 12. Here we go. Come on, doubles. 7. Oh, 7. And now you are on Pennsylvania Avenue. You have 1 roll left. The only thing you want to avoid is a 4, a 6 or above, and you are one happy fella. But you have $1,700.
I'm going for
All
it.
right. No 4. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 9. All right, Richard, way to go. You won. Congratulations. And you'll be back tomorrow to play again.
Right.
All right, hopefully you'll get back here again. We're all coming back tomorrow. My rich Uncle Pennybags and Richard and myself, and we'll see you all tomorrow on Monopoly. Bye-bye.
Going to Bears go now.
N-A-P-O-L-Y.
Monopoly.